because he's overseas.
Okay.
If that's what happened, then he should say, I recommend it. You know, he won't have an objection.
अवज्ञानतिवृन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, chapter number 11, verse 14. This is Manu speaking to Dhruva and trying to dissuade him from fighting with the Yakshas. As Dhruva became very angry when he heard the news that his brother was killed by some servant of Kubera. So he went to attack Alkapuri and had a very ferocious battle with them. But finally he resorted to Narayanastra. So there is Mahanarayana Tel oil. It's called Mahanarayana oil. If you have any pain in the body, then you use Mahanarayana oil. And there is Narayanastra. When you fight, use Narayanastra. And then there is the name of Narayana, which removes all problems from material world. There is sloka like this in Ayurveda, glorifying Narayana oil. And just like there is Narayanastra, and there is name of Narayana, there is also Narayana oil. So finally he resorted to this Narayanastra. This Narayanastra belongs to the sage Narayan who live in the Himalayas. And it is very surprising that these two personalities who are peaceful, living in Badrinath, they also have two peaks, mountains which are called Narayan personification. That they actually carry bow and arrow. There is a story that I read long ago that once Prahlad, he happened to go there and he saw these two people, they are sages, long matted hair, and dressed like ascetics, but they had bow and arrow with them. So he thought that these guys are real hypocrites. So how is it that they are ascetics and they are carrying bow and arrow? So he attacked them. He said, how dare these types of hypocrites are hanging around in my kingdom? And then there was a big fight between Prahlad and them. So finally he realized that they are not. They are actually Narayan. So it seems that they actually have a Narayanastra. It was made by Narayan Rishi himself. That's why it is called Arshastra, or the weapon of the sage, Narayan. So as soon as he used it, then all Maya was dispelled. Just as the holy name dispels all ignorance, Narayanastra dispelled all the illusion which was created by the Yakshas. And not only that, then it started killing the Yakshas. Just like Garuda kills snakes. Snakes are very dangerous, but for Garuda, they are like sweet balls. So he loves to eat them. And these snakes who are very angry, snakes are the most angry species in the whole creation. So they cannot do anything with Garuda because they cannot bite him. He is up in the air and he swoops, catches them and gulps them down. This is his food. The poison has no influence on him. So that's why he was mad at Kaliya snake. Because Kaliya was trying to be smart. So he punished him. So then finally when the Yakshas were getting killed left and right, then Manu appeared because he is the protector of humanity. And he thought that this is not proper for his grandson to act like this. So he came and he started preaching to him, which we read. And now basically he was trying to tell that this anger is not good. Anger creates problem because in anger we lose our sense of discrimination. It's one of the great enemies of human being, anger. So when he was preaching to him, then he also started saying that if one wants to please the Lord, then one should give up this anger. And instead of, because anger means trying to do harm to somebody. When you are angry, then you want to destroy. It's tamaguna. So it leads to some destruction. And if you are control of your anger, then it is different, but most people are not. So then they become controlled by anger. And then they do something which they have to repent later on. So he therefore said that it is not very pleasing to the Supreme Lord. But if you want to please the Lord, then you give respect to the seniors, make friends with the equal, and be compassionate with those who are junior to you. And this is the way to become free from the gunas of Prakriti. And anger is also manifestation of the guna of tamas. Now he says that this whole idea of your brother being killed by Yaksha, this itself is wrong because the soul is not killed. So he says, Bhutaihi panchabhir arabdhair yoshit purusha evahi tayor vyavayat sambhutir yoshit purushyorya evam pravartate sargah sthiti sanyame vacha gunagati karadrajan maya paramatmanah. Says that, O king, if you think little more deeply, then it is all a play of the gunas in this world. Because the material elements, they create the body of male and female. And then male and female unite and create more bodies of male and female. So the Atma has nothing to do with it. And this creation continues. Sarga, Sthiti, Sanyam. And then it is also destroyed in due course of time by the influence of the change in gunas. So he says that this is the Maya of the Lord. So if you understand that this is all happening by the Maya of the Lord, then this way you can control anger. Because if we see the bigger picture, then everybody, whatever the person is doing, then that person thinks this is right. Nobody actually acts wrongly. If you try to see from another person's point of view, you don't want to get angry. If you want to get angry, then this is not the way to think. But if you want to remain cool, then you try to understand that whoever is doing whatever he or she is doing, everybody takes right action according to their understanding. They think that this is the right thing. They may be wrong according to you, and they may also feel wrong later on. But whenever someone is making a decision and taking an action, they think that I am doing the right thing, right? When somebody is doing a wrong thing, murder, stealing, looting somebody, disturbing, they have some rationale behind it by which they think that this is the right action I am doing. So if that is the case, then don't get angry. That person is actually doing what he thinks is the right. But because we don't see from their angle, we see from our angle, we see that he is wrong, and then we get angry. So he is seeing from the point of view of the Lord, that there is Paramatma, and Paramatma is in charge of Prakriti, and Prakriti has got 3 gunas, and the gunas are creating, maintaining and destroying. So all this is going on. So get angry on whom? On the gunas or on the Paramatma? Because if it is a game of the gunas of Prakriti by Maya of the Lord, then shall we get angry on Tamogun or shall we get angry on the Paramatma? So that's why he is giving this explanation. वस्तुनि विचारे माने तु कह कस्य हंता वा इति आह दशभि. So now he speaks 10 slokas, Manu, and he says that who is killing whom? Naim hanti na hanyate. As Krishna says that neither the soul is killed nor it kills anyone. Ye enam vetti hantaram. Yasya mannate bhavatam na vijanati. Naim hanti na hanyate. One who thinks that he is the killer or somebody is killed, and both these people don't know. Because nobody kills, nobody gets killed. So he says, if you try to see the reality, vastu vichar, not just seeing from the surface. On surface things look different. When you go inside, they look different. Like you see some house, some building from outside, looks very nice, attractive. You go inside, people are fighting. Then you say, oh my God, this house is a hell. Don't want to stay here. So that is, one is from outside, right? And one is vastu vichar, going into the heart of the matter. So he says that if you do vastu vichar, deliberating on the essence of the matter, then who is killing whom? Ka kasya hanta vadhyava. And who gets killed? Who is killing? Who is the killer? And who is vadhya? Who is getting killed? So he gives 10 slokas to say that nobody is killing, nobody gets killed. So keep cool. So this is one way to remaining peaceful. In our day-to-day life, we get many situations where we would like to lose our temper. That is also a little bit of pleasure. Getting angry is also pleasure, isn't it? Gives some happiness. And then you also talk about it. I showed him who I am. So if you don't want to get into that kind of game, then he is explaining. Bhutai prithivyaadibhir arabdhair deha. So first of all, bodies are made from metal. And there are two types of bodies, Yoshit and Purusha, female and male. Tayor vyavayat, and then they mate, and then they create more body. And this body is also Purusha, male and female. He is not talking about the other ones, only male and female. Right? And this is how the world is full of these people. एवं भूतैर् यथा सर्गः प्रवर्तते तथा तैरेव पितृमात्राद्य आकारे स्थितिपालनं. So just as these male and female, they meet and they create, then they, when the child is born, they become father and mother, then they nourish, protect, bring up the child. So they become the protector. So first Brahma, then Vishnu. First they are like Brahma, the creator, then they are like Vishnu, the protector. Taireva dasyu vyaghra sarpadi akarai sanyamo nasaj. And then they also are the killer. They are like dacoits, army people, or they are snake body, tiger body, or terrorist body. Then they also kill. So bodies are creating bodies, bodies are maintaining bodies, bodies are killing bodies. That's all. And this is all the Maya of the Lord. Tatra kincha paramatmano maya gunvatikarade. This does not happen by their control. Nobody is in control. Ahankar vimudhatma karta hamiti manite. Because of bewilderment, foolish person think I am the doer. Prakriti apriyamana gunai karmani sarva. So everything is happening by the gunas of Prakriti. Nothing else. And when gunas are disturbed, you have disease. And doctors give medicine, gunas are balanced, person is cured. But suppose you give medicine and the gunas say we are not going to be balanced, what doctor can do? And go on giving. So everything is happening by the gunas. And gunas belong to Maya. Mama Maya Duratya. Devi esa gunamayi. Mama Maya. My Maya is gunamayi, made of the gunas. So this guna vyatikara, change in the gunas, natu swata hai, not by itself. So rajasa sarga sattvena sthiti tamsa ahankara. By rajaguna there is creation, by sattva there is maintenance, by tamas there is ahankara, the cause of destruction. So that's what is happening. निमित्त मात्रं तत्रासीन निर्गुणः पुरुषर्षभः व्यक्त व्यक्तमिदं विश्वं यत्र भ्रमति लोहवत्. And Lord, He is only nimitra matra. He is sitting quietly. It is described that He sits in the heart and just observes. Sruhit, Sakshi, Cheta, Kevalo Drashta. Just observes. Like you watch TV, so you are just an observer and things are happening on the TV screen. So Lord is watching the TV screen. One thing is we watch TV, we become involved in it emotionally. India is playing Pakistan. So 50 people were injured in Pakistan. And India won the match. Because after the fights and so many TVs were smashed. And one person was killed. And this is only what came in the report, who knows how many. So Lord is not like that. He only watches, he does not get emotionally involved in it. So therefore he says that he is nirguna. That is the meaning of nirguna. Otherwise, because we are saguna, we have gunas, and our gunas become influenced by the gunas of the TV. Right? If there is a rajaguna on the TV, suppose some music is coming, disco, then your rajaguna also becomes activated. Right? And you also start doing. And if there is satuguna, then your satuguna comes out. If you have tamaguna, so our gunas come out, but Lord is nirguna, he is free from the gunas, so he doesn't get disturbed by anything. He has this whole creation running, and he sees, so he is nimitta matra. He's just a passive cause. And vyakta avyaktam idam visvam yatra bhranti lovar. Says the manifest and unmanifest, the whole thing is inside him, rotating, just like an iron piece may rotate because of the magnet. Like we have this fan, so fan is rotating because there is a magnet, and then there is a piece under it. So when electricity passes, then this coil turns into a magnet, and when this thing starts rotating, that's how fan works. So that coil is not doing anything. It's a magnet in one place, but the fan is rotating. But it rotates because of the coil, magnetic coil. So like that, Lord is sitting and the world is running, but it's not having any influence on him. So like that, if one fan starts getting angry at another fan, why are you working so hard? Slow down. Right? Or why are you throwing dust at me? So that is just like how people get angry at each other. Nanu jadanam yoshit purushadi dehanam gunanam va chaitanyadhishtanam vina katham sargadi hetutvam tatra. So it says that the female body, male body, they are all inert, made of guna. So how can they create, maintain and destroy without some conscious being sitting in them? So then it says nimitta matra. Purushasvai Ishvara Adhishtatayat. It says that Supreme Person, he is the presiding deity and the presiding personality. Yatri yasmin nimitte sati kare karanatmakam visvam bhramati. So because of him, this universe, which is having a cause and effect, everything here has a cause and effect relationship. It is moving, one thing moving because of another, another because of another. But then ultimately there is a nimitta matra, the efficient cause. So the characteristic of the efficient cause is that it does not become part of the product. It is material cause and efficient cause. So he is staying out, not getting involved in it. Nimitta matram chaitani bhavat. So he makes this inert body as conscious They manushadi rupene yatha tatha parivartate. And some people are like devas, demigods, human beings, animals, all because of his energy. Yatha ayaskante nimitte sati loham nischestam api sachestam bhavati. So just like the magnet can move a stationary piece of iron without itself making movement. So like that Lord is there. Sakhalu idam bhagavan kala shaktya guna pravahena vibhakta viryaha karotya karta eva nihanti hanta chesta vipumne khalu durvibhavya. So he says it is the Lord only who by his power of time and by the flow of the gunas he makes all these various types of divisions to appear. And although a non-doer, he does everything. Although not a killer, he kills. So he says that the activities of the Supreme are very difficult to understand. Because he is the cause of everything, means he is the killer of everyone, yet he is not the killer. He does everything, because nothing moves. And they say that not a leaf moves without his sanction. And yet, he is not the doer. So how is this possible? So this is durvibhavya. Unable to comprehend. Nanu sache nimittam tari tasya avisheshat yukpadeva sargadi trayam bhavati. So he says that if he is just an instrumental cause, then that means there is no variety in him. He is neutral. Then why that creation, destruction, maintenance, all these things don't happen simultaneously? Why they happen first creation, then maintenance, then destruction? Why is that? So he says, Maivam, it's not like this. Rajaha Satya Tamsam Kala Shaktya Pramena Eva Shovana. So because there is energy called time, and time creates disturbance in the gunas in proper order, not simultaneously. That's what it is. So time is a very important factor in creation. It also has to be taken into consideration. Nothing happens without the involvement of time. Everything happens when there is a proper time. So natu yugpat atha kramena eva sargati. So time is not creating disturbance simultaneously, and therefore creation etc. don't happen simultaneously. Kala shaktya kramena gunanam prabhava. So by the power of time, there is the disturbance in the gunas. Vibhaktam atmanah shakashat. And this is because things are moved from the self. Vibhakti kritam viryam chidabhasam jeev shakti atmakam maya shakti pravishtam yasya. So this is when Lord puts the jiva shakti into maya shakti. So the jivas are inside the body of the Lord. So he separates them from himself and puts them inside the material energy, and then time starts acting. And by the influence of time and karma, then different creations and varieties happen. Karoti iti gunakal jivanam shaktitvena tad bheda bhavat saiva upadan karanam saiva nimitta karanam. So because the gunas, time, jivas, they are all his potency. The jiva is his tatastha shakti, time is also his shakti, part of Maya, and gunas are also part of Maya. So therefore he is the doer in that sense, because everything belongs to him. So he is therefore both the upadana karan, the material cause, and also the instrumental cause. But at the same time, he is also akarta, he is not the doer. Akarta iti tesam gunadinam swarup bhutattva bhava. Because this guna, kala and jiva are not part of his swarupa. So just like there is somebody who is managing an office or a company, so he is not doing everything himself. At the same time he says that I am running this office. And they are manufacturing cars and they say I manufacture cars, but he is not really manufacturing. So he is manufacturing and not manufacturing. So Lord, because everything belongs to him, nothing is independent of him. Therefore he is the doer, but at the same time he is not part of his energy. He is his swarup, internal potency, so he is not the doer. Evam nihanta hantapi. Similarly, he is the killer and also not killer. Nanu vishwam kimartham karoti sadaiva va kim na karoti vismam va kim karoti iti sarva akshep pariharthamaha chestadana. So now if someone asks a question that why does he create and why he does not create all the time, sometimes he creates, sometimes he destroys. And why he does not create everything nicely, why he creates discrepancies, some good people, some bad people, some tall people, some small people. Why he does like that? It's unfortunate. So he says that the answer to all these questions is that he is beyond logic. Durvibhavya, atarkya. There is nothing you can say about him. No why works on him. He is supremely independent and supremely powerful. He is not under the law of anybody, under the control of anyone. Therefore, no one can say why he does and what he does. You just accept. You like or you don't like. So, the intelligent thing is to accept him. And the stupid thing is to revolt against it. सोऽन्तो अनन्तो अन्तकरः कालो अनादिरादिकृतव्यः जनम जनेन जनयन् मारयन् मृत्युनान्तकम्. So he is unlimited and yet he brings an end to everything. His time, he is beginningless, yet he is the source of everything. By father, he gets the sun created and then he kills. And as a killer, he kills even the death for some time. Anyaccha tasya vibhutvam pasya. Just see another of his greatness. Sa swayam ananta nasrahit. So he is devoid of all destruction. Atcha anyasam antakaro naskara. So although he is anantaha and naskara, he is devoid of any destruction, yet he destroys everything. Kena rupena, how he does? Kalaha, through time. Swayam anadi janmasunyaha atsanya samadhika. He himself is birthless, yet he is the source of everyone. Avyaha, he is imperishable. Chintamani riva sarva prasvita avapi. Yes, just like a transcendental touchstone who can create whatever you ask and does not undergo any modification itself. स्वयमेव आदिकृतपि जनेन पित्रादिना जनम पुत्रादि जनयन स्वयमेव अंतकृतपि मृत्युना मृत्युवतुना कालाग्निरुद्रेण अंतकम. So he is the source of everything, and therefore through father etc. he creates son etc. And after creating, he himself kills them through death in the form of Rudra, and then he even kills the death personified. So this is his inconceivable power. न वै स्वपक्षस्य विपक्ष एव वा परस्य मृत्योर्विष्टः समं प्रजा तं धावमानम् अनुधावन्त्यनीशा यथा रजंसि अनिलं भूतसंघा. So there is no one who is dear to him and nobody is his enemy. So parasya mrityor vista samam praja, he sees everyone as equal in the form of death, and by his movement everything moves. He is uncontrollable by anyone, and just as when the wind moves the dust flows, like that everything is moving because of him. So that is said, yasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati tameva bhantam nubhati sarvam. Because of his effulgence everything else has light, until after his brilliance that everything shines. So this example of wind is given. Wind is moving and the dust follows. न च एवं कुर्वतो अपि वैषम्य प्रसक्ति. So although Lord is doing like this, he is creating, he is killing, still he does not have any biasness in him. He is neutral. Pakshpata bhava. Mrityor mrityu rupasya samam yatha syat tatha. Just like death. Death is equal to all. Death does not discriminate that this guy is rich, I should not kill him. He is young, I should not kill him. He should kill only old and sick people. Yeah? That death does not think like this. Death kills everybody, young, old, rich, poor, religious, pious, criminals, equal. So prajavistah tasya samya api bhutesu phalvaishamyam tattat karma. So why then there is a difference in the result of people's activities? If he is equal to all. So he says that is because of the karma. So this is a very difficult thing to understand. So much has been written on this point, that why there is variety in the world, why that some people are born healthy and others are born handicapped. Some people are born intelligent, they are prodigies in some field, music, sports, and others are completely dullards. What is the reason for this? So this is a very difficult point to understand, because either God is creating us like this, then he is biased, but he is not, he is equal to everyone. So this theory that God creates everyone differently is not applicable. If we have to understand that he is equal to all, then why there is variety? So this is because of the karma. But then people go that, so why karma is different of one person from another person? To begin with, everybody must be equal. And this is that there is no beginning. So therefore we say that it's because of the anadi karma that everybody is different and is getting different results. All the Lord is equal to all. So he gives an example for this. Tam dhavantam anu anisha karma dhina bhuta sangha dhavanti. Says people who are under the control of the karma, they are running after him and he is running. Anilam dhavantam anu dhavanti rajansi. Just like when the wind is blowing, when the dust is following. Tatra rasam tamaha prakas jal agni adi praveshe api na anilasya dasamam. So this dust may go into the light, it may fall into the water, it may enter in fire, it may go inside a house, it may go up, down. This does not create any biasness in the wind. Wind is going, wind is equal to all. But because of the dust particles, whether they are big or small, or what kind of size they have, and at which angle they were lying when the wind blew, then they get different destinations. So wind has no specific favor or disfavor to any dust particle. आयुषोपचयं जन्तस् तथैवोपचयं विभुः अभावयं रहितः स्वस्थो दुस्थस्य विदधाति असौ. So he said that there is decrease in lifespan of somebody, there is increase in lifespan. But Lord, He is free from both of this. He is independent and situated in all Swarupa, Swastha. But because of the karma, dusthasya vedadhati asa, Lord, He is the one who arranges for someone to live long and someone to live short according to their karma. So again, He is not favoring someone or not favoring. Tatrapi ayushaha apchayam maskadav upchayam devadu dusthasya karma. Says mosquito is living very short life, and then these devas, they live very long life. So why is that? So he says this is because of their particular karma. If mosquito also start living like devas, imagine, then how hellish this planet will become. You will be only trying to protect yourself from mosquitoes all the time, but they will not die. Devas are called Amara, Amara Nirjara Deva. So they have very long life because they have drank the Amrita from the churning of the ocean. So mosquitoes are drinking blood, therefore they die quickly. They were drinking Amrita, and devas. And if they learn the art of Shivambu, they may live longer also. So fortunately they have not got this idea of Shivambu. केचित् कर्म वदन्ति एनं स्वभावम् अपरे नृप एके कालं परे दैव पुंसः कामम् उतापरे. So there are various theories that how this world is working. There are various schools of philosophers. So kechit karma, there are some who say that actually everything is controlled by karma, everything is happening by karma. So these are the poor Mimamsakas. They are called Karmavadis or Karma Mimamsakas. So for them, karma is the most important thing, and everybody should do good karma then you get result according to karma. No one can stop that. If you have done good karma, you get good result. You do bad karma, you get bad result. So if your fate is in your own hands, and there is no need to pray to God or this or that. Because what God can do, the result is coming because of karma. Right? So just do good karma. That is their philosophy. Then there are others who say that everything is happening by swabhav, by nature. So why the neem tree is bitter, neem leaves, and mango is sweet? Because of the nature. When somebody gets angry quickly and others are tolerant, because of the nature. So everybody is following their swabhav, their nature. Sadrisam cheste swasya prakritir jnanamati prakriti jnanati bhutani. She says that everyone follows their prakriti, their swabhav. So what can you do? If you want to change somebody, then change the nature of that person. Eke kalam, there are other people who say that it's only time. No swabhav, no karma, time. Remember that class on Mahabharata, how Vyasa was speaking about time. So when it is time for someone to get killed, then they get killed. Sometimes it happens that person is trying to catch a bus or a flight and he just misses it. And then that bus meets an accident and everybody dies and he is spared. So his time has not come. And when there is time for somebody has come, then the little thing happens and die. So sometimes there is a plane crash, everybody dies and a small baby is crying in one corner. He escapes. And there is a big this earthquake, tsunami in Japan, and they found after 4 or 5 days some person buried in the concrete alive. So because the time has not come. So unless time has come, no one can kill you. And when time comes, then you can just fall from the bike, like this Premchand, the barber. Yeah, he used to be a barber in the picture. You know how he died?
Falling off a bicycle.
He was going on a bike and something happened, he fell off the bike and he died. On bicycle. Like, his time would come. Sometimes people die just like that. So therefore time, others say. And then some people say that it is all daiva, fate. Forget about everything. Everything is because of the fate. Fortune, fate is like this. And then there are others, kama mutapara. He says everything because of the kama. Desires. Nothing else. So these are various type of philosophers who give their philosophy. Nanu tarhi karmayeva sukha dukha janma marnadi karanamastu. So in the previous verse he said that it is because of the karma that somebody has a long life, because of karma someone has short life. So now he says that that means that all this happiness, distress, everything is happening because of the karma. So death, birth, so all by karma. He says Satya mantra vadino vidanti. He says yes, you are right, but there are some others who say some other things, and there is always a debate on this. Kechin Mīmānsaka enam sukha dukh pradam karma. The Mīmānsakas say that happiness, distress comes only because of the karma. Apare lokaitika svabhavam. Then there are others, the followers of Charvaka. They say everything happens only by the nature, by svabhav. No karma, nothing. Because karma, you have to believe in rebirth. And the followers of Charvak don't believe in the presence of soul in the body. So obviously they cannot believe in karma then. So then what is Swabhav? So, nature. एक है व्यवहारिका काल, then there are others who are called व्यवहारिका. They say time is supreme, everything happens by time. परे ज्योतिषिका दैवम ग्रहादि रूपम देवताम. And there are astrologers. They say everything happens by fate because there is a constellation like this. Everything is happening like this. Now because the moon has gone into the 7th house, so this will happen. It will go into the 5th house and this will happen. So all by the movements of the planets. And 2012 is coming, and just better watch out. अपरे वात्स्यानदः कामं श्रुतिषु. Then there are others like Vatsayan who wrote Kama Sutra. So he says everything is by Kama. And life is just for enjoying. And there is also a Vedic statement in the Shruti, Kamo Akarshi, Kama Karoti, Kama Karta, Kama Kamete. Says it is the Kama which did. Whatever you did because of the desire. Kama Karoti, now also what you do because of the desire. Kama Karta, the doer is only the desire. And it is Kama, the desire which is making you do. So what is most important thing is Kama. Not dharma, not artha, not moksha, not kal, not this, not that. Everything by Kama. Kimanyat Kam Hetukam. In Bhagavad Gita, the atheistic people also, they say that everything is by Kama. So these are the different opinions of people. And then we will see what he has to say about it. So is it fate, is it time, is it desire, karma, swabhav, what is it? What do you think? Is it one of them, all of them, none of them, some of them?
All of that.
What is it? All.
You speak for yourself. If I am wrong, then what do you do?
Then that is his fate.
And that is your fate.
So how involved is Super Soul? Because if we're asking Super Soul to be involved, or if we're asking Super Soul to give us better instruction or better guidance.
Super soul, that's why it's called super soul, because he's super. He remains beyond everything. He remains beyond all this kachada garbage. He doesn't involve himself. He is only a witness. Only if you surrender and become a devotee, then God involves himself. Interment of the super soul is not known.
To say that, oh, we are not this body, we are anyway, we are souls, and everything is Maya,
But this is true, right?
yeah, it's an illusion. But then this doesn't give the right to kill someone.
But you don't kill anyone.
No.
That's what he said.
Yeah. You don't
But
kill at the
nobody's
same time. You somehow you are instrumental to create some.
That is your thinking. Bhavatam navijānīto nahanti nahanti. Krishna says, one who thinks that he kills and one who thinks that he gets killed, both do not know. That nobody is killed and nobody is killer. Isn't it? Something religion.
Didn't he say at the beginning it's the gunas that are responsible for everything like Satyanarayana sometimes?
Yeah, guna, subhav, fate, time, desire, everything is responsible.
How about the relation between Bhagavan and karma? What is the relation exactly?
No relation.
No relation?
Karma is doing his own job, Bhagavan is doing his own job. Bhagavan is singing a song. Karma is giving a result.
Is the deity Durga Devi involved? Durga Devi, is she involved?
Involved in what?
In the fate or the experience?
Nobody is giving you more than what you deserve. They only give you what you deserve. That's all. That is their involvement. They are not biased people. So you don't get less, you don't get more.
But if you worship a deity, then do they...
So that is the result of your worship. Because you worship, that is also karma. So you get result of it. Isn't it? They don't give you without worshipping more than what you deserve. So it's all by your karma.
But if it's all by our karma, how do we understand when the surrender occurs? Because that is
Then
all
karma
by
is-
grace.
Then karma is taken away. Only the grace can take away the karma.
Right.
Because grace is beyond karma. So that's why Krishna says, become my devotee. Then I make you free from all karma. And Tvam Sar Papabhyo Mokshasya. I will release you from all sin. All sin means all karma.
He also says that as one approaches me, I reward them accordingly. So it sounds like there's some business or negotiations.
Yeah, of course, if you don't want to surrender completely, there are two ways to surrender. One is you surrender for material motive, and the other is that you don't have material motive. So he gives according to what you need. If you approach him with something material, he gives you material. If you approach to attain bhakti, then he gives you bhakti. That's what he's saying. So what is the business here? You're just fulfilling what you desire. Business means that I give you something and he also gains something. I sell you a product and I make money because I bought it cheaper, and you think that this product is worth the money which you are giving me, that is business. So you feel satisfied, I feel satisfied. Here there is no business. You are just fulfilling the desire of the devotee. Not that he is random, that no matter how you approach approach him, he gives only one thing. He said, no, I give what you want.
There are also examples of persons who Krishna brings a few grains of rice, and so she gives him all her fruits. She gives him the fruits, and then there's
Yeah, so he is giving more. He's not doing a good business. It's not just exchange of grain and fruit, he also gives more. Because he is happy. That is his will, what he likes to do. Dhruva also, he was looking only for post, but he also gave him liberation.
So can we understand karma and time as the external potency of the Lord? Or are they distinct from that?
They're external problems.
The jiva is the only thing that's intermediate.
Yes. Time actually has the way it manifests in the material world, it is part of the external potency. But there is also time which is beyond external potency. It is the form of the Lord Himself. And this is Kalavasmi, time island, or Chestapagana, Kalama Vyaktamava. It's also called the movement of Lord's body, limbs is also time. So that is spiritual time. What is manifest here, this is material, part of material energy. But it works on the gunas and disturbs them.
Spiritual time?
No, this is material time.
Is there anything that we can understand about spiritual time?
Spiritual time works according to the will of the Lord. It means Lord wants to perform pastimes. So if He is still eating and He wants that this time should continue, then it can continue. Right? Material time goes by the moment. Things are controlled. So He is not under the influence of time as things are influenced here. By time. Time can be extended, shortened according to His will. Because it is to facilitate His pastime.